Hey guys, so it's me. This is part 2 of the vlog I'm shooting on Monday. I am like literally on fire right now. I mean, it's kind of in a good way. I think I just need to take a nap. But, so I wanted to get back and I started kind of talking about the whole yoga thing. And what's funny, you guys, about yoga, if you've been reading my vlog for a while, you know, and I was telling Kelly this. Kelly has been practicing, so Kelly's my BFF that I'm staying with down here. Kelly has been practicing yoga a lot longer than I thought. She's been practicing yoga for close to 11 years. After seeing her in action, and you know, this is just my observation, comparing it to the many yoga DVDs I have at home, yoga classes that I've been to back in Chicago, and then seeing her, you know, she's not just somebody that knows the poses. This is somebody who is studying the books, studying the religions that practice yoga, studying what everything means, working with practitioners and teachers. And I mean, just watching her, when I'm hoping, I know she'll let me. I'm hoping that we'll shoot a video. I don't know if we'll be able to do it tonight, but just to show you the kind of strength and flexibility and talent that she has, for lack of a better word, in yoga. I mean, she can do stuff. She's the kind of person, in addition to some of these other yoga teachers that I've seen, that you're like, oh my God, you're just in awe of what they can do. But that said, sometimes if you are someone that's not done yoga, or you've done it and you didn't really like it or whatever, I think many of us, I was one of them, because I remember when yoga first gained like mainstream popularity and Madonna was doing it, and I wanted to be a part of yoga. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, when you see celebrities do it and they're so buff, you're like, well, I want to do that. And it's totally gonna be awesome and I'm gonna love it. I've tried it so many times over the years, and it never fit with me. Like, I never got out of it what other people would say. I never felt like I was getting in touch with my emotions. I never felt like I was getting a really tough workout. Now, that was years ago, but I'm not lying to you guys. I probably have, you've seen my big boxes of workout DVDs that I have at home. I've probably got 10 or 12 yoga DVDs, and I've given away 10 or 12 or sold them. I never find myself doing them, and I think part of that is, it seems like the sun just went out. Did you see how it got really dark here all of a sudden? I think part of that is what I know now, this is just a personal preference, about the situation that's different. I think doing weights, doing kickboxing, whatever, the sun is going in and out, so bear with me with all of the shadow. You can do that in a home gym without having an instructor, but with yoga, to put in a DVD and try to do it and know that you're doing it right, as opposed to being in a class with a yoga instructor who is trained and who can see what you're doing, worlds apart. So I think that's a big part of it, is that if I would try to do a DVD, it was boring me, I wasn't getting it, I probably wasn't doing the poses right, I didn't understand it, it was too hard, and so I'd just give up. So for me, in the past, I've tried to read yoga books. I've tried to kind of get in touch with the more spiritual side of myself, and it never fit. And yeah, you know what? If I would see somebody that was what I would call like a total yoga person, you know, they're vegetarian, they're very, you know, zen and calm and centered, and they practice yoga all the time, and they are amazingly in shape, and yet, you know, they talk about being peaceful and kind, and you're just kind of like, you need to get a job. Or that's how I was when I would see people, because I'm being honest with you as what's changed my mind. Because I do think with this kind of a thing, you have to be in the right place. It's got to be the right time in your life for you to be able to receive what it really can do for your life, as far as changing you and changing the way you look at things, and just relaxing you and centering you. I mean, I never thought I'd say this about yoga. I never thought I would be so in love with it, but it's like, my gosh, it's like crack, but in a good way. Not that I've ever tried crack, okay? Thank you, just like full disclaimer. So going to Amy's hot yoga class, I was like, wowed, and you guys know I loved it. But sadly, that was like 45 minutes to an hour for me to just get down there, and that's just not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen for me to do a 90-minute class, drive an hour to get there, do a 90-minute class, and drive an hour back. I don't have that kind of time, especially not during the week when I'm working. So that wasn't happening. Then I found the hot yoga place up by me and loved it. As you guys know, I was sharing that with you before I left for vacation. Loved it, felt great, couldn't wait to go back. Then I get down here, and I'm like thinking that all of this is happening like at the right time in my life, because I hang out with Kelly. I'm here for over a week, and just, you know, it's not like she was trying to sell me on it. I was just open to it. I was like, hey, you know, I've been going to these hot yoga classes, and it was funny because I asked her, I said, can we please go to a hot yoga class? I know you teach yoga, but I want to go to hot yoga first. And she said, yeah. Turns out that it's her friend Berta, who I'd met, and we had a great time. And just seeing Kelly, so Kelly is, I'm not going to tell you her age, I'll let you tell her. Let her tell you. But she's older than me. She has a better body than most 20-year-olds I've seen. She looks amazing. She's so happy. She's so centered. She's so calm. And to see her teach others and to teach me and to see what she's learning and the books she's reading, and I don't know, it was just so much more intense than I ever thought. And these classes, and I just found myself like wanting to devour it all. And it was really funny too, because the first night I was down here, why did my music stop? And see, I don't have a remote because I'm not playing it on my iPod. I'm playing it on my computer because I can't find Kelly's stereo system. I'm the only one in the house right now. Anyway, so all that to say, I'm also going to hopefully get a lot of these people involved. One of the things we're going to be doing for Fitfluential to start things off is a couple, it might be a couple of different, or maybe like 2 or 3 different road tours. One of them is going to be through Florida. I'm mapping this all out now. One of them is going to be through Florida. One's going to be through, hopefully hitting all of Texas, which is like a continent of its own. And then one's going to be through California. And we'll be hitting, you know, cities, all the regional cities. God, when I sit that way, it looks like I have no shoulders. All the regional cities in each area, and then doing, you know, fitness events. We'll be doing cooking sessions. We'll be doing live workouts, some 5Ks, fitness sessions, social media sessions, blogging sessions, kind of like mini conferences, but more focused on the fitness side of things, as opposed to just, you know, let's all get together and talk about blogging. We're already blogging, you know, let's have a few pointers on how to do that better, and maybe how to add social media into the mix to further connect you with people. But really, I want to focus more on the fitness thing that we're all so crazy about, whether it's yoga or running or CrossFit or Pilates or all of the above, or kettlebells or kickboxing, you know, whatever. So, you know, some of these people that I'm mentioning, some of these local people here, I mean, look at what this group is doing. They're doing like paddleboard yoga. Clearly, I'm not going to get on a paddleboard, but I mean, I think that's so awesome to take fitness into like different directions. I digress. Back to what Kelly brought up. So I was down here, and I'm trying to think of how she brought it up, but she started talking about what she'd been learning with this. You know, she's doing a lot of studying on tantric yoga, and of course my first reaction was, everybody when they hear tantra, all they think about is, you know, Sting and his wife and how they have sex for like 200 hours at a time, and people only think of tantra as sex, and it's not just about sex at all. That's one part of it. It's more about your actions. And so she was studying that, and then she brought up the whole Mayan calendar, and I'm going to let her talk about it a little bit more, but and of course, yes, she explained also, because apparently it was the Mayans that a lot of people interpreted their stuff to say that in 2012 the world would end. I forget how she said that's not what they actually believed or predicted. It was more like that's just when they kind of stopped tracking things or something. And it was other people that had interpreted that to say that the world would end. I don't know about you guys, but I certainly believe that what the Bible teaches is that no one's supposed to know when the world's going to end. If we all knew when the world was going to end, we'd all be really bad sinners, and then we'd wait until 2 days before the world was going to end and be like, please forgive me, I'm so sorry, and now I'm going to be sterile and clean and perfect. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, the way that this Mayan calendar works is they go on a 13-month natural time calendar. And a lot of this might sound really earthy to you guys and really kind of like vague and yoga and like Zen. But you know, I'm all about a better mindset and being positive and kind of following something that can help you on the route to becoming a better person. So, I mean, this is nothing that far out. It's just a different way of looking at every day and a different way of focusing on things that are designed to help you become a better person. And it's all kind of in alignment with yoga and philosophy and blah, blah, blah. So it was just really cool because she's sitting here talking to me about this Mayan calendar, and she said it actually starts on July, what is today's date? Today is the 24th, I think. The 24th or the 25th. And the Mayan calendar actually starts, I don't know if you can see this. See on the bottom? It starts on July 26th. So today must be July 25th. And what she was saying is there's 13 months in the year, and then there's one day at the end of the year that is supposed to be, I forget what it's called, the day without time, something like that, which is today. And what this day is supposed to be, it's supposed to be like this symbolic day of where you're supposed to like just really focus on everything in your life that you've learned over the past year, in this calendar year. Because what this calendar has you do is every day based on your birth date, and who you are, kind of like, Chinese zodiac and stuff like that. You figure out who you are, and then it has you on a path for the whole year, so that you're doing certain things and focusing on praying about certain things and focusing on becoming kinder, whatever's good for you. That's what you focus on. And then on that day without time, if I'm saying it correctly, which is today, it's supposed to be a day where you focus on everything you've done the past year, and then you focus specifically on what it is you've learned, what it is that you want to let go of that was in your life in the past. What is it that you don't want in your life anymore because you see that you want to go in another direction? And then specifically what you want to attract. What do you want specifically for your future? And this is the day that's supposed to be, it doesn't have any specific, this is what you should do, other than focusing on what, it's supposed to be a very specific day on focusing on the future, what you want for the future. And I thought, how bizarre is it? Because she's like, this is, a really big day. It's a really big day in the calendar, and it's Monday. And so she's starting her new job today. Her daughter is starting a new internship today. I'm here. I'm kind of going through this whole figuring out my future path and what I want to do. And I thought, my gosh, how amazing is it that all of these things have come together while I'm here on vacation. I've looked at yoga before. I've tried to read yoga books. It never hit me. Sure, I've done P90X yoga and I liked it, but I never stuck with it. And it kind of all led up to me, trying this yoga, trying the hot yoga, really loving it, coming down here, meeting Kelly, spending more time, reading some of these books, having her teach me a lot of this stuff. And then, here's this day, and it might just be a day that makes you think about things, but either way, it's kind of cool. I thought it was really, really cool. So all that to say, of course, I had to buy my own Mayan calendar so that I can start looking at all this stuff. It's a lot of very symbolic stuff. Sorry about this. Look at that. Very symbolic, very cool. But you know what? It's all really good. It's all about becoming a better person, more kind, more forgiving, living your life better. And I'm all about that. I'm all about, not chasing things that don't mean anything anymore, not wasting my life away as a workaholic anymore, spending time with other people and making other people's lives better. That's what I want to do. And I just thought, my God, all of this stuff was just hitting me at the right time. It's like walking into a kitchen when someone's just finished baking cookies. In a different way though. So all that to say, I will tell you more about this stuff. I bought some amazing books. I got some CDs. When we went to the one yoga class, they had some incense burning, and I have always loved incense. In fact, when I used to live in Florida, I'm already at 15 minutes again, we used to burn incense all the time. So I got some more incense, and then I bought myself my yoga beads, which I'm very excited about. And again, this is making me face very hot right now from laying out at the beach. And then Ken, who is the other half He's the boyfriend of, this is Lena, who teaches the class at Skanda. It's a whole new approach to yoga. And these people are just amazing. I think they've been practicing, from what Kelly said, like 20 years. But anyway, he let me buy his book, which is really all about the meaning behind the poses, what the sutras mean. I mean, you guys, I studied in college when I was at Ohio State. My second major was history of art. And I have always, always, always loved Hindu art, Buddhist art, Indian art, and I've always said I would love to go over there and see all that. And if you got my house, I have a lot of like Buddhist art all over. Buddhism is not my religion. I'm a Christian, but I appreciate Buddhist art, and certainly studying those philosophies can complement your Christian faith or your other faith, or if maybe you're just, whatever. It's just more about a positive way of living, and I think it's so cool that all of this stuff is like coming together. So it was all good, and I need to shut up because now I'm at 16 minutes and I really gotta go, but more to follow. You guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.